So while all you carpet installers are out there complaining about your day, this is what I walked into this morning. This room to this area to back to this shot right here. Ba-bam. Just a few little items of clutter, but in one day I turned that mess into this. Look at that. How amazing is this? I'm just kidding, man. What's cracking, everybody? It's Carpet Mike here from CarpetExpertBlueprint.com, and that was a trap house owned by one of my buddies where he has a house full of squatters, and he sent me up in there with a couple of my homies to find out exactly what was going on, and we surprisingly made it out alive, which usually doesn't happen in those situations. So I'm glad I'm here to share the story with you, but since I'm alive to share this story, let's talk about carpet seams and pattern match carpet. So this is a job we did yesterday. We have the hallway. This was interesting. We did the house last year, and of course we have daylight issues, but here's the hallway going into 3 different bedrooms. So we have to throw a fresh edge onto this pattern carpet here. You can go about this a couple different ways. Me, you know, I freestyle everything. So you get a razor sharp blade and you just go right in between those 2 rows with your blade and work your way down to the other side till you have a nice clean edge on it. And then you're going to prepare the other side the same way to go ahead and seam the 2 carpets together. And you got to make sure the pattern lines up too, or it's going to be hot garbage. But if you don't have a skill to freestyle it, most people don't, and that's okay. Go ahead and use a flathead screwdriver, a pen, a row finder, and a top cutter to run in between the rows. Take your top cutter down the line there and put them together. So now I had the 2 pieces lined up. Everything's good to go. I got my seam tape under it there. We're going to get my seam iron. We're going to melt this seam together, and you can see when we start to put it together, same exact carpet, but a year later, boy, is that daylight off. Look kind of cool. Look kind of bad. Look kind of cool, though. You know, one of those things. Depends on who you're trying to convince. Me, I'll convince anybody. It's amazing. So we got the seam iron in place there. We're going to let that cook on that spot for a good 8 to 10 seconds, like I like to say, because I cook it on hot at about 4. Melting that seam tape nicely. We're going to slide it an iron's length forward. Boom, boom. Now that's an iron's length forward, we're going to go ahead and get that backing perfectly together because we want that pattern to look nice, tight, and flowing from room to room. By the way, did I ever mention I hate pattern matches? I would rather do cheap carpet all day long than deal with this nice quality carpet that takes time. It's one of those things a lot of guys take pride in doing it. You can have that pride, homie. I want that slop and pop cheap carpet, fast money in and out, clackety clack, good to go. So, moved in another iron's length forward. Look at that blended in right there. You can see the daylight difference, but aside from that, there's a beautiful thing right there. I love when a plan comes together. Now that the seam's at the other end of the doorway, we're going to take the seam iron, and we are going to slide that out. Look at me, I got my shoe on there for a seam weight. All you guys talk about investing in seam weights. Bro, I got a shoe. Just step on your seam for the seam weight. Pull that iron out, blend that last little bit in. Wait for it to cool, and then you stretch away from the doorway. In these scenarios, get it nice and tight, and you're good to go. It's as simple as that. As always, you got any questions about the carpet and flooring industry, you comment below. I will eventually create follow-up videos answering your questions for you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next.